Hello, true art believers. How is everyone doing today? This is 200 days of drawing, and it is day 159. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. This is Pierson, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. Before I begin today's art stream, I want to announce that I am hosting an art giveaway. For those that are interested in winning a free art print, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel and or Twitch channel, whatever platform you are watching from, and go down to this little thingamajiggy right here, this little thing right here, this little URL, www.mattpearsonart.com/art giveaway. I say that so I've said that like 20 times already. It's getting redundant. But if you are interested in the possibility to win an art print, that's where you need to go. And I am thrilled to start another drawing today. I'm really excited. I have a little bit of free time, so I have roughly about 30 minutes. So let's try to get this drawing done as quickly. So I'm going to be really simple with it. So let's begin right now. All right, welcome, friends, art believer friends. Here we are today, day 159. So what do we have for tones? I wrote down yellow. So we're going to have an orangish background today. We're going to have an orange, like it's going to probably be like a brown. Actually, let's do it like a light orange. Let's do a light orange today. Press G, and G, what G does is allow you to do the paint bucket. Now, I did a little bit of research today. I researched some succulents or cactuses or cacti or whatever you would like to pronounce, however you would like to pronounce them. And I am going to do a slightly different cactus than normal. We're going to do the flat ones. And I'm just going to be very simple with it. I'm going to do just a very, what I noticed with is they're like almost like they're like paddles. So with this cactus style, they're like paddles, right? They're like kind of like, I don't know. I'm gonna make this one like bunny ears, just because. Give it bunny ears. These they're like thin little paddles. And that's what they are. The cactuses are just thin little paddles. And I'm gonna do another one in the background. I don't know if I should though. That could be a little bit problematic, right? It could be like it could end up being like I'm gonna do a larger one in the background, and it's gonna have just a giant one paddle in the back. So kind of like this. It's gonna not even a giant one. Just gonna give like one right there. Right. So we're gonna do something like this. Just something like this, really simple. Have like the little cast shadow here, and then there's maybe a cast shadow here, just because a little cast shadow, so we know which one's the front and which one's the not. I already don't like this, but if I'm gonna go with my gut and do what I know to be kind of right, I'm always going to do something that kind of makes me a little bit more uncomfortable. So like today, I'm doing this, and I feel awkward doing it because I've done so many of those plain cactuses that are like just cylinders. And this one, I've tried something a little bit different, and I don't know. It's just, it feels awkward. And from my experience, whenever you are drawing something and it feels awkward, you should kind of double down on it and just do it. Right, and don't worry about it being good, because there's going to be times where you're doing these drawings and you're like, this doesn't feel right. Like visually, this doesn't feel right. I don't like what this looks like. Maybe because it's like a foreign image to me at this point, right? So we're just going to center it really quickly, doing basically some fancy arranging the layers horizontally and vertically using some simple little features on the layers tab, I think. And what did I do here? I wrote this information down. Orange. We did an orange background today. So today we're going to do like a reddish one, like just a deep red. So we're going back to the high contrast colors of before of like the very beginning drawing. So we're just like kind of going old school. We're just like, I'm like regressing into colors. As a matter of fact, I'm regressing a little bit more. I'm doing like I'm going to be doing some awkward shapes. All right, there we go. Now we're going to do the eraser. So I'm changing. I'm going back to what I normally was doing, which was well, we got to zoom out. Doing something like this. All right, so shift. There we go. And then yep, we might as well since we're kind of doing something differently for this one. We might as well go a little bit more different than previous iterations. I'm going to make this a little larger. Make it even larger. Let's make it so large that it kind of it's larger than the cactus itself. And we're going to have, there we go. And we have those edges. Just see these edges right there, kind of circling right here. They're just kind of on the peripherals there. Now, since I only really have like 30 minutes to really knock this out, we're gonna keep like the development of form really simple. I'm not gonna be reinventing this wheel here, simply because I don't have the time right now. It's a tight time schedule today, and it's also new. I'm back from vacation, and my whole schedule has just been table flipped, like just through to the wayside. You know, I don't even know where to begin as far as my schedule is involved. So I tried waking up at 4 in the morning like I normally, and it was just hard. I actually didn't, because I didn't feel well. I didn't feel well. So because I didn't feel well, I just kind of like roller coastered out of it. And so, but I'm happy that I'm back at it, and I'm much more, not necessarily relaxed, but I'm back at it, and it's going to take me a little while to kind of get reaccustomed to my schedule. And so I'm going to be spending some time getting reaccustomed. And what that might entail is me going to bed early. So I might be I'll be adjusting my sleep schedule accordingly in the foreseeable future. And so that will help me get back on track with this drawing schedule. But I'm really happy that I'm able to do this right now. I'm happy that I'm able to do this right now. Okay, now we're gonna go and do like a light, like this light green. Oh yeah, it's almost yellow. It is yellow. We're just gonna, might as well be yellow. Just keeping it simple, not worrying about whether or not this is going to look good. It's all about really what it boils down to is really what makes this a good drawing is not the shape and form of the cactuses. It's more so like how I manipulate the texture on the other layer, you know. So I'm doing different green for the background cactus so that I have a little bit of variety and so that the tones are separated. So they feel more different and not like I'm doing a recreation of the same of the other layer. So 10 minutes, we got 10 minutes, we're making really good time. So let's see what these shapes look like outside. So we gotta adjust them a little bit, kind of tighten them up a little bit like this. Maybe make this one a little bit more round. There we go. Make the edge a little bit tighter here. And I'm going to go to this one right here. I'm going to do a color test. I'm going to line this out right here. I'm going to, yeah, why not? Do something like that. I don't mind this. Maybe I make it a little bit more round, and then tighten up the edges a little bit so it feels like it's kind of digging in there. And that is it for those two shapes. We're going to zoom out. Yeah, it's fine. Leave it like that. Very simple. And what do I want to do? Let's do this. Oops. This is what I wanted to do. And we're just going to take this tone. We're going to do that. And I'm going to do this right here. And do this. Do this. Do it like that. Okay. And we do the soft round. Gonna blend that in right there. Do this, blend that in. Do this, gonna blend it in real quick. Let me do like a larger one. Do this and do that. All right. And then we can take this, kind of blend that in. Take this tone and blend it in. Take this tone and blend it in again. I'm just going to blend it in a little bit more. Keep blending. Just blend it and blend it. And I want to make that go away a little bit more. There you go. All right, so that's that. Now we're going to zoom out. And we're going to go to the pot here. I probably kind of bit myself in the butt here by adding this extra, what do you call it? This extra cactus in the back, because this is going to be, it just basically means I'm going to be doing more work to get the same back out, like final outcome. So it might mean that I'm going to kind of do things a little bit less. I'm going to reduce the amount of thought that I'm doing with this, and just kind of do a lot of. I want to be like automatic manipulation here, kind of letting the my subconscious kind of take over, hopefully, with this drawing, and hopefully I can get something that is a little bit. All right, we'll do something like that and put like that there. Maybe do something like that. Make it, there we go. And now we got to do another layer. I got to move my head because the camera that I have here is blocking the frame. All right. Well, anyways, I don't really have anything like significant to talk about today. I'm just kind of like pure work, just cranking out on these things, you know, just want to get them done. Just want to kind of basically perform and do my due diligence for the day, and yeah, just do my due diligence and work, and hopefully I'll turn out a decent like drawing at the end of the day. So we're at 14 minutes. You know, we're at 14 minutes, and that means we're doing pretty good time wise, because I've been well, that's not bright. Ugh. Yeah, we're at 14 minutes, making pretty good time here. Not the greatest of time, but better nothing, right? We're doing we're making good time, but not great, you know. All right. I'm not making this bright enough for my liking. There we go. I don't think it's bright enough. That's just my opinion. Kind of do something like this. Kind of go right here, add a little bit of tone. Now, all right, now let's press escape, and we're going to zoom out and do something like this. Make a little bit of a, there we go. Maybe do something like that. Add a little bit right there, and then do some blue here, some dark blue, really dark blue on this area. I like to add a little bit of the colors here. Maybe if I do an even like a super bright version of it right here. Maybe add some like the red. I like doing that a little bit. Kind of do a small little trim. This is what I've been doing lately, is doing like these just kind of exaggerating some of these forms a little bit. So I'm taking a little bit too much time on this, but that's fine, I think. What do I know? All right, escape. Now I think that's it. We're going to work on the sand. The sand's usually the easiest one for me to do. I just kind of like wing it really, really quickly. I just do something like this. Just do a little simple little sweep with a light yellow and so forth. Really making it more vibrant, and that's really it. I don't really do a lot. Sometimes I add a little bit of blue to the tones here. Right, I'll add a little bit of blue, like some dark blue here, even darker. There we go. Maybe some like, there we go. I'll do a little bit of blue. Whoops. Something like that, and maybe a little bit right here, and maybe even add like some red. I've been playing around with this. I've been kind of adding these tones. There we go, a little bit like that. Okay, and I think I'm done with that. Now we're going to go and this cactus here, and we're going to work on it. We're not going to spend a lot of time on these cactuses, simply because I have two of them, and I don't want it to be like, I don't know, like I don't want it to become like this. I don't want to overwork it, is what I'm trying to express here. And so I don't want to overwork it. And that being said, we're going to be very quick about it, right? And so this is how it's going to work. We're just going to spin a little bit on each of the cactuses, right? And then see what happens. So I have 20, we're at the 20-minute mark, which means I have I can try to get 5 minutes on each one of them, right? I don't really, I don't see me working a lot on the back, whoops, on the background cactus, but we'll see. I can really see myself this kind of going really dark here, not too dark, and it's kind of filling around with it. But I don't think it needs a lot for the background, the second one, because maybe I want to spend a little bit more time on the foreground one, or maybe I just don't. I just want to kind of be a little bit simpler with this. I think maybe if I go simple with it, it might be fun, to kind of leave things more abstract, especially given the context of this drawing. Like I kind of like some of these blockier forms that I have with it, just right now, you know. Like I like the simplicity, the blocky forms. I think there's something to be there's some appeal to it to me. So something kind of like this is kind of nice. I could leave it like that, be happy with it. Maybe even what I might do is add another layer and then do this and then like make like a dark version of blue right here. A little bit of blue here. And then maybe go to red. So a little bit of red there maybe might be a thing to kind of play around with. So yeah, something like that. I don't know. Do like a bright red, but more of a pastelish red right here, like a pastelish red. Do a little bit of blue. You know, bright blue here. Maybe a little bit brighter actually. So who knows? Maybe a little bit of blue here, a little bit of blue here. Okay, I think that's it. I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'm running out of time. Okay, now we got to go to the next one because I'm running low on time. I have like 5 minutes or so, but I want to try to get this. I'm going to spend a few more minutes. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend on this one because I don't know. I don't want to get too involved with the foreground one because I want to have time to put the thorns on there, and the thorns actually take me almost as long as all the other stuff, which is surprising. I thought the thorns were going to be like these kind of like this thing that just kind of adds a significant amount of time to my overall drawing, but apparently it does. So I'm going to do what if I do like a really hyper-saturated area right here? I don't know, maybe just bright, make them brighter in the foreground, just overall brighter, like this cactus is brighter in general, you know? Just has a just overall brighter tone. Maybe that's something I need to kind of play around with this one. So I like some of this, it's kind of nice. I don't know how much I like all of it, but I'm going to keep fiddling around with it for a few more minutes and just kind of say, you know what, we're done, and start and finish it off. Because sometimes when you're doing these drawings, you're like, you just want to kind of keep fiddling around with them, especially when you got these this brush that kind of creates a neat looking effect, and you want to kind of keep experimenting with it a little bit and adjusting it and hoping that it's going to get better and better. But sometimes it's not always the case. Sometimes you just got to say, I think we got a good middle ground with it, and I think I got to it's got some qualities that I find interesting visually. So when it gets to a certain point, I'm going to just kind of say, let's call it and move on to just work finishing the drawing. Yeah, there we go. Get really, really bright on some of these areas right here. And let's see, maybe just kind of make a little darker here. That's too dark. Something like that. I think I kind of like it like that. Maybe it'll make this area even darker. I think this bottom corner I want to be more dark than the rest. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some highlights to it. We're just gonna add another layer here real quick and add some highlights. We're bordering on the yeah, we're just gonna add some highlights with like a blue right here. Let's kind of separate it maybe. Maybe make this really like lighter. And then we're gonna make this like a little bit blue here. It's a little bit blue right here. Some blue highlights. Just a little bit here. Maybe more on this side. And on the red, we're gonna do the same. Just gonna do like a ultra, just a little bit of red. Maybe you kind of spackle it a little bit, so it's spackled a little. It's almost kind of like pink. And do a little bit right here, and maybe a little bit right here. Okay, and that's it. And we got these two cactuses, and I think they're pretty good. One last thing is this bottom area feels like it's kind of it feels like it's not grounded. So we're going to make this a little bit darker on the bottom. So it feels like it's actually going into the ground a little bit. And that might include me messing with the sand for a second. Do the sand right here. Get the sand right really dark, like darker than that. Just a little bit, like kind of dark on the bottom. Somewhere right here. Oops. Something like that, I think. I think that's good. And now time for some thorns and call it a day. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's just like kind of knock them out. Let's do a quick thorns. at 10 pixels. This seems to be a good size thorn for the drawings I've been doing lately. And here we go. I think this is done, almost done. We got a few minutes. We're just going to do some thorns here. Thorns in the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another set of thorns on the ones at the back, using a slightly different green probably. And I don't really want to. I'm not even thinking about how these thorns are looking. I'm just kind of doing them now. Just want to kind of get them done. So even in what's kind of good about doing that is, for one, they feel a little bit more random, and you kind of release yourself subconsciously of like, is this a good strategy? Because when we do these so much, you always get worried about one-upping the next drawing. And that's good, and that's all fine and dandy, right? Sometimes. But if you're just if your main motive at the moment is to kind of just like really keep moving forward with a drawing and produce, sometimes just producing work is better than always trying to one up the previous drawing, you know, and overthink it. So this is kind of good. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that. We're gonna make another layer right here. I do something like this, it's behind. I'm gonna do a different set of color green. So it's going to be a different dark green, and it's going to be behind this. So it's slightly different. Not significantly different, just slightly. You know, this one's like more of a teal. I don't know, like a... Anyways, not thinking about making the perfect thorns here. So that now that I'm doing the thorns here, you can't see them, but I can draw them behind like this, and that way there's no overlap. And that's one of the nice things about Photoshop and any digital program is the layers, right? You can just like do certain things and not really have to worry about whether... I don't like these thorns. I kind of made them at this way. That's fine. All right. And there we go. That is that. I think we're done. Don't like the background color, but I'm going to stick with it because that's how I roll. You know, normally I don't. Okay, I'm going to move it this side. So we're going to do 8 pixels. I'm going to go P 21 159 59 out of 200. And that is it. Not bad, actually. I finished it in basically about 30 minutes. Normally, something like this, when I had if I have 2 cactuses kind of like this, it actually adds on an extra 20 minutes. But I made pretty good time, and partially because, well, I've gotten better at this, but also because I was kind of not focusing on making the perfect product. Like I wasn't overly critiquing like how I was choosing my cactus forms. As a matter of fact, they are kind of repetitive, and I might do a cactus actually called bunny ears. I kind of like that, so I might do a large like one tomorrow called bunny ears. Anyways, this one is done. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel or Twitch channel, do that now and enter for a free art print down below. Just go down to that link that's kind of right there, www.mattpearsonart.com/art giveaway, and enter for a chance to win a free art print. And if you like this kind of content and you want to and you enjoy this content and you want to support me, don't forget to subscribe for more. Please and thank you. Although I think I already stated that. But anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day. I must get going. Cheers, Pierson, out. I don't know why I say that. I'm still trying to find a good outro for this. Anyways, have a wonderful day. Cheers.